Anya Taylor-Joy, contemporary Hollywood muse. If you have to find a name that represents the new generation of Hollywood muse, Anya Taylor-Joy is often the first name that comes to mind in the past few years. Gone are the days when Hollywood indulged in blonde muses with classic beauty like Grace Kelly or Marilyn Monroe. Even girls with Megan Fox-like lustful charms, or radiating feminist vibes like Jennifer Lawrence are probably not fashionable of the movie capital anymore. It seems that after periods of infatuation with somewhat extreme beauties of a certain kind, Hollywood now seeks a more complex and somewhat contradictory beauty. There it finds the classic look of Grace Kelly. Every day, just admire the stubbornness of the new generation feminist spirit, not accepting to sit still and wait for the man to come to the rescue. And Anya Taylor-Joy is the best example of that beauty. Horror movie queen. After the first films that made a name for the horror genre, especially among them, The Witch and Split, Anya Taylor-Joy is associated with the image of horror movie queen. Many people try to explain that it is her big round eyes that are suitable for scenes showing fear, and high cheekbones that are somewhat stubborn are the features that help her catch the eyes of the directors of the series. But with Robert Eggers, the director who has worked with Anya twice, her charm is much more complicated. One of the reasons you can't take your eyes off Anya is because there are many seemingly contradictory things in her. She is both blunt, discreet, innocent, and dangerous at the same time. Hollywood has a bad habit of often building female characters in horror movies in two types of stereotypes, either as the female villains, or as passive characters waiting for the rescue of the herd. Grandfather. However, a special thing is that Anya's roles do not fall into any of those stereotypes. In Split, despite playing the role of the victim of a kidnapping, Casey in the film does not accept her fate but finds a way out of adversity on her own. One of Anya's most memorable scenes is near the end of the film, when Casey's character battles Kevin's monster personality. Who would have thought that the girl with a somewhat weak appearance at the beginning of the film could be so brazen with a dark gun in her hand, shooting straight at the kidnapper? And who would have thought that the monster that seemed to have no humanity turned his back when he approached Anya, because he suddenly realized she is not like the others. She is completely pure. If horror movies are a metaphor for a dystopian world, Anya's characters will always not from any difficulty, even violence, to survive in that crumbling society. And it is she, and no one else, who will turn the devil away and save this world with her purity and innocence. Beauty born in the countryside. To trace back to what makes Anya pure, one must take a long journey into the Argentine countryside, where the grass is spread and the horses run around. Anya Taylor-Joy, the child of a family of English ancestry, spent her early childhood years in such a country. Later, she said, those were the best years of her life. Influenced by her mother and the admonition that a person's beauty lies in the heart, not the appearance, Anya almost never looks in the mirror, a habit she still maintains until now, when she became a young adult. Becoming a top Hollywood star, and always immersed in the world around him. Even not having too many friends at that time was not a problem for Anya. It didn't matter if no one wanted to play with me. I already had enough characters in my head, she said in an interview. Later, even after living in big cities like London or Los Angeles for many years, she always looks forward to a day when she can once again immerse herself in the countryside like in Argentina. I want to live on a farm. I want to be surrounded by sheep, chickens, ducks, horses. I will work, I will go to the city when I want, and then suddenly disappear again and walk around, playing on horseback all day long. The movie The Northman is perhaps the work that best shows this aspect of Anya. In the film, the actress plays a young girl wandering on a journey of revenge. Her character Olga has to deal with all kinds of difficulties along the way, from soaking in the mud to bathing in freezing sea water. There was a scene, while the stuntman even shivered and asked Anya, "It's too cold, please go ashore," she calmly said, "This is great. Nature is here. We are immersed in it. We are really making art. Loneliness makes an artist. Because of her passion for the countryside, at the age of 7, after learning that the whole family was moving to London, little Anya was shocked. She refused to learn English, even tried everything to stay in Argentina, but to no avail. The alienation from the busy city and the feeling of being an outcast made Anya unable to integrate into her new life. Later, it was not until she turned 25 that she had her first best friend. I feel like I don't belong anywhere. I'm too British to be an Argentinian, too Argentinian to be British, and too American to belong anywhere else. The kids at school don't understand and neither do I. Didn't want to play with me. I was even locked in a closet. My days at school were so many tears in the toilet, she shared in an interview. Anya dropped out of school at the age of 16 and moved to America soon after. The sense of alienation that prevented her from continuing to integrate in school helped Anya find joy in acting. It seems, when people feel like they don't belong, can't be anyone, then along with that, they can dress up and become whatever they want. Acting with Anya became so natural, as if it had always been within her. When the first film projects came, she immediately caught and shined. In 2020, when the Queen's Gambit series created a global fever with record viewers on Netflix, Anya Taylor-Joy became famous worldwide after almost overnight. Her image was shown everywhere, and the chess sets associated with Beth's character in the movie were constantly out of stock in supermarkets. Director Scott Frank's joke while the film was still filming that this work would bring charm to chess suddenly came true. The great credit belongs to Anya Taylor-Joy. For her personally, the success of The Queen's Gambit has many other meanings. Before The Queen's Gambit aired, Anya's image was crucified with horror, gore and psychological trauma. The character of Beth, on the other hand, opens up another dimension in Anya. Beth's journey from being a girl living in an orphanage, to becoming the world's #1 chess grandmaster, and at the same time plummeting many times because of constant addictions, all represent the attraction that Hollywood is longing to find. On the one hand, the character's journey is a symbol of the American dream that the movie capital has worshipped for hundreds of years. On the other hand, the character also represents all the downsides of that dream, for the loneliness behind success, for the fall because money and fame come too quickly, and therefore, the danger. Collapse of that very dream. My own muse. After The Queen Gambit, blockbuster projects kept coming to Anya. From Emma, Last Night in Soho, the menu to the classic that is expected to create a box office record next time is Mad Max. Hollywood fell in love with Anya. In her, we find high cheekbones reminiscent of Angelina Jolie, golden blonde hair of Grace Kelly, big round innocent eyes like Audrey Hepburn. But ironically, she also went against the American values that former President Donald Trump preached in the media. That girl was born in the US, raised in Argentina and England, which makes her feel like an immigrant. She rejected the dream of money and riches and instead dreamed of a farm close to her own nature. In her latest film, The Menu, she plays a casual diner among bourgeois gourmets. Once again, she plays the role of a lost species. But strangely, that lost person did not appear lost. Anya believes in her own worth and no matter how the world turns around. The girl Margot in The Menu is probably not much different from Anya Taylor-Joy. One person frankly refuses stylized, sophisticated dishes but full of fake and aloof. One person, during the days of filming The Queen Gambit in Germany, every time the filming day ended, he would go to a pub, dance wildly to the music until dawn. Anya Taylor-Joy seems to remember that before she can be any director's muse, she has to live for herself first.